Have you ever felt like life is slipping through your fingers? Like you're racing from one task to the next, chasing achievement after achievement, yet somehow it all feels empty. Maybe you scroll endlessly through your phone, binge watch a show, or tick off boxes on your to-do list. But deep down, there's a nagging question you can't quite shake. Is this all there is? It's a heavy thought, and you're not alone in feeling it. Many of us get caught in the whirlwind of modern life, always moving, always doing, but rarely stopping to truly live. The days blur into weeks, the weeks into years, and before we know it, we're looking back and wondering where all the time went. But what if the problem isn't life itself? What if the emptiness we feel isn't about what's happening around us, but how we're experiencing it? The Stoics believed that the way we live each moment determines the quality of our lives. They taught that meaning and fulfillment aren't found in constant activity or external success, but in how we approach and appreciate each fleeting moment. So here's the question: is the problem life itself or the way we're living it? The Stoic perspective offers a profound and transformative answer, one that can help you break free from the cycle of dissatisfaction and rediscover the beauty and purpose in your everyday life. Life is fleeting. The Stoics remind us of this truth constantly, not to fill us with despair, but to awaken us to the value of every passing moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This is a powerful call to live fully, to treat each day, each interaction, as if it could be your last. Think about the last meaningful conversation you had, the last time you watched the sun dip below the horizon, or even the last sip of your morning coffee. How present were you? Did you savor it, or did your mind wander to the next task, the next goal, the next distraction? The truth is, most of us take these moments for granted, living as though time is infinite. But the Stoics knew better. They understood that each moment is unique, unrepeatable, and fleeting. This philosophy challenges us to wake up to the present. It asks us to recognize the impermanence of life, not as something to fear, but as something that makes every experience precious. When you see life through this lens, even the smallest moments take on new meaning. A simple walk becomes an opportunity to connect with nature. A conversation with a loved one becomes a chance to express gratitude. Even mundane tasks, like washing dishes, can be approached with care and attention. The Stoics also warn against the dangers of distraction. When you're scrolling through your phone or dwelling on the past, you're not just wasting time. You're missing out on the only thing that's real, this moment. By focusing on the here and now, you can combat the habit of taking life for granted. You can break free from the cycle of rushing and start truly living. Living with this awareness isn't always easy. The world constantly pulls us in a million directions, but the Stoics offer a guiding principle. Treat every moment as if it's the only one you'll ever have, because it is. When you embrace this mindset, you'll find that life becomes richer, more meaningful, and more beautiful than you ever imagined. Living in the present sounds simple, but for many of us, it feels impossibly hard. Why? Because the present moment is unpredictable, raw, and uncertain, and as humans, we crave control. We feel safer in the past, where everything is already settled, or in the future, where we can imagine a version of events that suits us. The present moment, on the other hand, can't be controlled, planned, or neatly packaged to fit our expectations. The Stoics understood this fear of uncertainty, and our desperate desire for control, but they also knew that this desire is futile. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Make the best use of what's in your power and take the rest as it happens." The essence of this teaching is simple. Most of what happens in life is beyond our control, and clinging to the illusion that we can control external events only leads to frustration, anxiety, and disconnection from the present. Consider how much energy we spend trying to shape outcomes. We overthink conversations, strategize endlessly about future plans, or replay past mistakes in our minds as if we can rewrite them. But the truth is, no amount of planning or obsessing can change what has already happened or guarantee what will happen next. Life is unpredictable, and the more we try to control it, the harder it becomes to truly live. Letting go of this illusion is liberating. It allows us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Instead of fearing the uncertainty of the present, we can embrace it as an opportunity to practice courage, adaptability, and presence. Even when we understand the value of the present moment, modern life makes it harder than ever to stay in it. Notifications, endless scrolling, and the pressure to plan for the future constantly pull us away from what's happening right now. We fill our time with distractions, some trivial, like checking social media, and others seemingly productive, like future planning, all to avoid the discomfort of simply being. The Stoics warned against this. They taught that distractions, whether external or internal, dilute our focus and prevent us from engaging fully with the only thing we truly have, the present. Instead of wasting energy on things beyond our control, the Stoics remind us to anchor ourselves in the here and now. To combat the trap of distraction, take a moment to reflect on your daily habits. How often do you pick up your phone out of boredom? How frequently do you dwell on what-if scenarios that may never happen? Recognizing these patterns is the first step to breaking free from them. By consciously redirecting your attention to what you're doing in the present, whether it's a conversation, a meal, or a walk, you not only reclaim your time, but also rediscover the richness of life's fleeting moments. Impermanence is a truth we all know, but often resist. We don't like to think about the fact that everything, our relationships, possessions, and even our lives, will one day come to an end. But for the Stoics, this wasn't a depressing thought. It was a reminder of life's beauty and urgency. As Seneca wrote, "Let us cherish and enjoy the present, for the future is uncertain." The fleeting nature of life is what gives it meaning. Think about a brilliant sunset. Part of its beauty comes from its transience. It doesn't last forever, and that's what makes it so precious. The same is true for every moment in your life. When you accept that nothing lasts forever, you begin to see the value in even the smallest experiences. A kind word, the sound of laughter, or the feeling of sunlight on your face. This perspective doesn't mean you have to ignore the sadness that comes with impermanence. It's natural to feel the weight of loss or change. But the Stoics teach us that by embracing impermanence, we can let go of the fear of losing what we love. Instead of clinging desperately to what's passing, we can celebrate it for what it is, a unique and unrepeatable gift. Acceptance of impermanence also frees us from the pressure to control or perfect every moment. When you stop trying to make time stand still, you can flow with life instead of resisting it. You realize that every moment, good or bad, joyful or painful, is part of the human experience and worthy of being lived fully. So, how do we practice this mindset? Start by noticing the transient beauty around you. Observe how the seasons change, how laughter fades, and how each day unfolds differently from the last. When you cherish these fleeting moments, you'll find yourself more present, more grounded, and more connected to the essence of life. Impermanence isn't something to fear. It's a reminder to treasure what you have while you have it, and to approach life with gratitude and an open heart. As the Stoics remind us, what stands in the way becomes the way. Life's impermanence isn't a barrier to joy. It's the very thing that makes joy possible. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to overlook the simple moments that make up the majority of our existence. The Stoics understood that presence isn't reserved for extraordinary events. It's something to be practiced in every ordinary task. Whether you're drinking your morning coffee, washing dishes, or walking to work, these moments are opportunities to connect with life as it unfolds. Stoic mindfulness encourages us to focus on the sensations and details of these small tasks. When you drink your coffee, notice its warmth, its aroma, its flavor. When you're walking, pay attention to the rhythm of your steps, the feel of the air on your skin, or the sound of birds in the distance. These fleeting experiences, often dismissed as trivial, are the essence of life. Gratitude is a natural extension of this mindfulness. As you practice noticing the details of each moment, take a second to appreciate them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them." Even the smallest moments hold beauty when we take the time to notice. Every person you meet, every conversation you have, is an irreplaceable event. The Stoics remind us to treat these interactions as unique, not just as part of a routine. Seneca's words offer a poignant reminder. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Every conversation or meeting is a moment that will never happen in exactly the same way again. How often do we let distractions pull us away from truly connecting with others? We scroll through our phones during conversations or mentally plan our next task while someone is speaking. The Stoic approach is to give your full attention to the person in front of you. Listen deeply, express gratitude, and recognize the value of the shared moment. This practice not only enriches your relationships, but also helps you cultivate presence. By treating each interaction as unrepeatable, you deepen your appreciation for the people and connections in your life. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. At the end of each day, take a few moments to think about what stood out to you. What moments brought you joy? What challenges did you face, and how did you respond? This habit helps cultivate awareness and gratitude, anchoring you in the present while also allowing you to learn from the past. A simple journal entry can make this practice more tangible. Write down one meaningful moment from your day, a kind word, a moment of clarity, or a quiet observation. By doing this regularly, you train your mind to notice and cherish life's fleeting beauty. Life is filled with discomfort, but the Stoics saw these moments as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to avoid. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Challenges, no matter how uncomfortable, are what shape us. When you face discomfort, whether it's a difficult conversation, an unexpected setback, or physical pain, pause and reframe it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Viewing challenges through this lens transforms fear into courage and resistance into resilience. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's a necessary part of life and growth. By leaning into it rather than avoiding it, you develop the mental strength and emotional fortitude to face whatever comes your way. The desire for control is a natural human impulse. We want to plan our future, avoid pain, and ensure that everything unfolds according to our expectations. But the Stoics recognize that clinging to control is not only futile, but also a major source of anxiety and dissatisfaction. Epictetus put it succinctly: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This Stoic wisdom highlights the fundamental truth that we cannot control external events, only our responses to them. Consider how much energy you expend trying to control things beyond your power. Maybe it's a traffic jam, a missed opportunity, or someone else's opinion of you. The Stoic approach is to release your grip on these externals and focus instead on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. Letting go of control doesn't mean passivity or indifference. It means accepting that uncertainty is part of life and choosing to respond with calm and reason. When you stop trying to micromanage the world around you, you free yourself from the stress and disappointment that come with unmet expectations. The Stoics remind us that true freedom comes not from controlling life, but from embracing its unpredictability. As you move through your day, practice identifying what is within your control and what isn't. When something doesn't go as planned, pause and ask yourself, what part of this can I influence, and what can I let go of? By surrendering the need for control, you align yourself with the natural flow of life. You stop resisting what is and start living fully in the present, with clarity, strength, and peace. Clinging to control is a natural human instinct. We want to shape our lives, manage outcomes, and avoid discomfort at all costs. But this desire for control often leads to more harm than good. The more we try to force life to bend to our will, the more we feel anxious, frustrated, and dissatisfied when things don't go as planned. The Stoics understood this deeply and offered a powerful antidote. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Epictetus captured this wisdom perfectly when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." External events, whether a sudden change in plans, a harsh word from someone, or even a major life challenge, are beyond our influence. What we can control is how we interpret these events and how we choose to respond. This shift in perspective can be profoundly freeing. Think about the energy we waste on things outside our control, replaying past mistakes, worrying about the future, or obsessing over other people's opinions. None of these are within our power to change, yet they consume our thoughts and emotions. The Stoic approach is to step back and ask yourself, what part of this situation is mine to handle and what isn't? By doing so, you can redirect your energy to what truly matters, your own actions, attitudes, and values. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to fate. It means accepting that life is unpredictable and choosing to respond with grace and resilience. When you stop trying to control every outcome, you free yourself from the burden of unrealistic expectations. You make space for clarity, focus, and inner peace. The next time you feel yourself gripping tightly to an outcome, pause and reflect. What can I let go of here? By embracing this Stoic mindset, you'll find that life becomes less about resisting what happens and more about flowing with it. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that life is fleeting. This truth isn't meant to make us despair, but to remind us of the preciousness of every moment. As Seneca wrote, "Let us cherish and enjoy the present, for the future is uncertain." When we embrace impermanence and let go of control, we unlock the ability to live fully, savoring the beauty and meaning of life's transient nature. We often tie our happiness to external achievements, a promotion, a perfect relationship, or a long-awaited milestone. But the Stoics teach us that meaning isn't found in these fleeting accomplishments. It's found in how we respond to each moment. Whether we're facing joy or sorrow, success or failure, we have the power to choose our attitude and actions. This is where true meaning resides. Life's fleeting moments are gifts waiting to be noticed. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a loved one, the quiet of an early morning. These are the moments that make life rich. But too often, we rush past them, caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. The Stoic practice of presence invites us to pause, to truly see and appreciate what's right in front of us. When you let go of the need to control everything and accept life's impermanence, you free yourself from the weight of regret and anxiety. You open yourself to joy, not the fleeting joy of achieving something external, but the lasting joy of being fully alive in each moment. So, ask yourself, what will you choose to do with this one unrepeatable moment? Will you rush through it, distracted and preoccupied? Or will you embrace it, savoring its uniqueness and beauty? The Stoics remind us that life isn't a puzzle to solve or a race to win. It's an experience to be lived. And when you live with presence, gratitude and purpose, you'll find that joy and meaning were never out of reach. They were here all along, waiting for you to notice. Life is fleeting, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. The Stoics teach us that we can't control what happens, but we can control how we respond. By embracing impermanence, letting go of control, and cherishing each moment as it comes, we unlock the true joy and meaning of life. If you've made it this far, comment, "I reclaim my peace and purpose," to show that you're ready to embrace the Stoic mindset and rediscover the joy in your life. Remember, loving your life doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from how you choose to see and navigate the world. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe for more powerful insights to help you lead a life of strength, clarity, and fulfillment. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder that their perspective holds the key to their happiness. Stay steady, stay inspired, and as always, keep growing. See you in the next one.